Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today's video we are doing a reaction video to a video by Teenvogue. So this video is titled 5 Misconceptions About Sex and Gender. Now, before I hit play and react to this lovely video, I am scouring the internet looking for a new video screen recording software, because the one I have is, I don't like it because I have that stupid watermark and it's just kind of difficult for me to do these. Plus I'd like to be able to do videos like this much differently, where, you know, when I'm needing to say what I'm going to say, it's not in this tiny little window in the corner. So when I need to say something, it's like full screen. So I'm going to be working on that. So let's get right into this delightful video, which is going to be totally factually accurate, right? Right? We're about to find out. Okay.
Hi, I'm Hannah Gabby, and I'm here to tell you the binary is bullshit.
Sex typically refers to your biological traits.
There's your gonads, your genitalia, your internal sex characteristics, your hormone production, hormone response, and secondary sex characteristics.
Gender is about your identity, your expression, and it's often based on ideas about sex.
It's important that we really break down what are we talking about when we talk about sex and gender, and is there something called biological sex, and what does that mean?
Yes.
This idea that the body is either male or female is totally wrong.
No.
And I am living proof of that.
We know. Like, okay, I watched Blair White. Blair White did this video too, and she's like, that girl just said, and I'm living proof of that, and yet she doesn't elaborate on it. Love it. Love it. So
Intersex people exist and break down this binary.
We all have characteristics that are typically male and typically female, and it is really about political choices, social factors, ideological choices that we assign meaning to different parts of our body. So the meaning may be that the thing that most of us are taught, that if you have a vagina, you're a girl, or if you have a penis, you're a boy.
But like many simple binaries, break down when you start to really get into the nitty-gritty.
Over history, the location or the idea of what determined one's true sex shifted. 100 years ago, it used to be whether or not you had ovaries or testes. Then it shifted to what kinds of chromosomes that you had. But the body doesn't just have one place where we can sit there with a microscope or something else and say, hey, wait a second, this is really who you are, this is your true sex. In fact, who you are is who you say you are.
Intersex people are individuals born with varying degrees of sex characteristics that don't fit the typical script of what it means to be male or female.
I identify as an intersex person.
I identify as an intersex woman.
And we're not that rare. It's 1.7% of the population that's born like this. It's as common as people with green eyes and redheads. Everybody knows somebody, but it's sometimes hard for the person to speak about it, or the person doesn't necessarily know it.
I remember when I first learned about intersex and how surprising it was to me. I was like, what is this? Why have I never heard about this? And we haven't heard it.
Intersex and transgender. Possible to be both intersex and transgender, but it's really important to understand that they are not the same.
It's more like a Venn diagram. While intersex people are often born with a mix of what science considers male and female biological characteristics, trans people are often born into a binary gender and then realize later in life that whatever their assigned gender was isn't how they actually want to live, isn't who they actually are.
I was born with XY chromosomes, and my gender at birth was female.
We tend to think that chromosomes for women should...
Yes, but that is also incredibly rare. So...
only ever be XX, but there are women that have XY chromosomes.
Chromosomes are not the sole determinant of your sex or your gender.
When I say I'm a woman, I don't just mean that I identify as a woman. I mean that my biology is the biology of a woman, regardless of whether or not doctors agree.
Saying that a person
No, absolutely not. Sorry, sweetness. You were born biologically male. I was born biologically male. That shit don't change. You will stay what the biology you were born as, you will stay that way until the day that you die. Sorry. I am so sick and tired of all these stupid people all over the internet saying shit like this. Stop. Just stop. You are not going to get anywhere by lying to people or lying to yourself. The best thing you can do to move on with your life and accept the biology that you were born with. Okay, so
with XY chromosomes is only male is a narrow way to look at the diverse range of chromosome differences that we can have as a person.
Human beings are so complex that each person has the right to define who they are, and X and Y can't define who you are in your heart, in your mind, as you're growing in life.
Too many people still believe that there's such a thing as a true sex and that it comes from your chromosomes. It's not the case. Science has known this for decades, and it's actually...
Science, really, bitch. Really, with your blonde hair right now. Really, you gonna say some shit like that? Whew, girl.
A consensus in science and uncontroversial.
Everybody has testosterone. It's just a matter of how your body responds to it.
But it's also not just related to...
Okay, yeah. Testosterone is the male sex hormone. Yes, women do have testosterone. They just have a lower amount of it, so... I like how these people are like, oh yeah, it supports, science supports this, blah, 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 and then say this shit like, oh, testosterone is not the male hormone, because women have it too. I'm like, bitch, you need to go back to biology class, because I think everyone in this video needs to do that shit. Like,
the things that we think of as masculine. We actually need it for our liver, for our brain, for our heart. So it's really a misnomer to keep calling it the male sex hormone. Everybody has it, everybody needs it. It's not just about sex.
In the sporting world today, some female athletes are even tested for high testosterone levels and forbidden from competition just based on their naturally occurring biology.
There are women in elite sport that have 46 XY chromosomes, but their bodies don't respond to the testosterone that they produce. No testosterone, their tissues can't use it, and yet they're excelling at elite athletes. So testosterone's not necessary to even be an elite athlete, and it's definitely not the only thing that makes people a good athlete.
Definitely.
I'm glad they brought this one in, because, bitch, yes, they are hunties. Okay, you need to... Oh, in case everyone wants to know, hunties, I started saying that long before Chase Ross ever did, so you know what? Don't even come for me, okay? Don't even.
A cringe-worthy misconception.
Cringe-worthy? It's a fucking fact, bitch. Ooh, girl.
It's like so steeped in what we've been taught culturally and as a society.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have problems with science? Because factual science. Ooh, girl. I just want to find every one of these people, tie them to a chair, and force them into a biology class because, bitch, where did you learn biology? Because apparently you need to go back. Because you didn't learn shit.
Trans women are not biological men.
We should never
Bitch, you
talk
lie.
about any woman who is trans as a man. Not a biological man, not a natal man, not
Bitch, you
really a
lying.
man.
You're lying.
This
You're
seems
lying.
to
Stop
target
lying.
trans women and make us out as predators, especially when it comes to bathroom bills. The reality is that a trans woman's biology is a female biology.
It's a system that's called...
Bitch almost made me choke on my coffee. Bitch, if I had female biology, bitch, I'd have bigger tits. I wouldn't have facial hair. My hair would... it'd probably still be fucked up. Girl, I wouldn't have to spend my time on I wouldn't have to spend thousands of dollars on all the surgeries that I want that's going to help my my gender dysphoria. Bitch, if I was a female biology, bitch, I'd be cis. Okay, so, you know, step off it, please.
Causing friction to divide us as women and friction to divide feminists to feel like there has to be some separation, or that my trans womanhood and your cisgender womanhood makes us in competition, or one of us is trying to take up more space, when the conversation should be we're all women. It's just my journey is a different journey.
Yeah, your journey's different because you were born male, okay?
Trans woman is a woman. She's not tricking anyone. All of her body parts are female body
No, they're not.
parts.
When you only focus on somebody's genitals, you're not seeing the full humanity and the wholeness of that person, or acknowledging, when it comes to gender identity and expression, really seeing that person for who they are.
Much of the violence that we see against the trans community, particularly trans women and femmes of color, is fueled by this idea that trans women are really men, and that when someone learns
yes.
that a person has a body part that they typically associate with men, or that a person was assigned male at birth but is a woman, and it's important that we really expose these efforts for what they are and fight back. And part of the way we can fight back is to show that these concepts aren't the fixed scientific constructions that people want to suggest.
Girl, all these people are giving me... I have a huge migraine. Let me take a sip of my Be True to Who You Are lovely coffee, because, girl, you need it. Like, I've been wanting to make this video for so long now, but it enrages me, and that's the reason why I waited so long to make it, because, oh dear Lord. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Please do subscribe, like, comment, and all that jazz, and I will see you guys in my very next video. Alright, bye guys.